Hello and welcome to Consulting Ninja. If you are new to my channel, please like and subscribe for me. If you find this content helpful, then hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on the next video. Comment below with any of your thoughts or topics you'd like me to cover, and check out my website, consultingninja.tech. With that out of the way, let's get right to it. We are going to be doing real-time data subscriptions using PocketBase and SvelteKit, and if you think that sounds cool, that's because it is. I have put together this little app. It just looks like this. We have a home page and a real-time page. The real-time page just contains a couple of fake posts, and every post has a thumbs up and thumbs down, a like and dislike button. If you click the button, it just increments the number of likes or dislikes accordingly. I'm running this in Chrome and also in Safari so that you can really see that this is in fact real time. If I click the thumbs up, the like button for this particular post, you can see that it updates down here in Safari. And if I click any of these other ones in Safari, then I come back to Chrome, you can see that it updated there as well. So if you want to see how to do this, stay tuned. That's what we're going to do right now. I will point out that I have all of this available in my repository per usual, and if you want to make use of this to jumpstart a project, please feel free to grab that and use it. Looking at the source code here, I'm not going to get into detail with everything, but I do want to cover kind of the basics of some of the prep work that went into this. I have a server folder inside of lib directory where I have a server.js file that's firing up my PocketBase instance and authenticating me as an admin. In order to make this work, you'll also have to go into the dashboard in PocketBase, go to the collection that you're wanting to work with, click on the Edit Collection button, and inside of API rules for the list and search, you're going to have to go ahead and save this as empty. That will give everyone access. In production, you may want to create a special account, but since this is happening client-side, the username and password would be available anyway, so I guess it wouldn't really matter. All we're going to be doing here is allowing people to list and search the particular collection of posts in this instance. Now you could also restrict that by IP, and there's a few other security things that you could do to tighten that up. But just to see how this works, you do need to set this to not just be admins only. Otherwise, you could simply put your admin username and password inside of the client as well. That would also work, but not recommended. So with PocketBase taken care of, then inside of the hooks.server.js, I'm grabbing that PocketBase authenticated instance and I'm just passing that through locals. My layout file isn't really doing anything other than linking to the Google material icons and setting some default styles and rendering the navigation bar. The base plus page.svelte is just the welcome message. There's nothing going on there. All of the magic for this is really happening inside of the real-time directory with the plus page.svelte and the plus page.server.js file there. So let's get into the coding. We're going to start with the plus page.svelte. I already have the styles written. I'm not going to get into that. Again, this will be available in my repository if you want to go ahead and grab it. So what we're going to need to do is inside of the script tag, we're going to need to import onMount, and we're also going to need to import onDestroy, and that will be from Svelte. We're also going to need to import PocketBase from PocketBase. So then we need to fire up a new client-side PocketBase instance, and this will be PocketBase. This is not going to be an authenticated one. We opened that collection up for read list access to everyone. Again, if you wanted to, you could put the username and password for admin in here, but that's really not recommended. Anything that you make available client-side is going to be available everywhere, and everyone can see it, so you might as well just open that up, and then in your server, you could maybe restrict it by IP or something of that nature. All right, now we need to define an array that we're going to contain those records in, and then obviously we're going to need to get those records, so let's make an async function called getRecords. And what we're going to do here is say const records equals await, and we'll take that PocketBase instance and go into the collections and we're looking for those posts. And we're going to do a get full list, and we want 200. And then we can do sort, and we can sort by dash created. That doesn't really matter. If you wanted to filter, if you were implementing this and you only wanted posts by a certain user, you could add a filter in here as well if you needed to. And after we have the records, then what we want to do is assign const results. We want to convert these from a list of records to a list of built records. This is going to be a .map where we take each record and we're going to build an object out of it. So return title will be record.title. Contents will be record.contents. Likes will be record.likes. Dislikes will be record.dislikes. And then we do need to make use of the ID. And then we're going to return the results. The next thing we need to do is do a pb.collection. And we're going to be doing this to the posts collection. And we're going to do a .subscribe. We're subscribing to the entire collection. And this will be an async function that takes the event. And then what we're going to do here is built records is equal to await. So every time a record changes, we're going to run that function again. This piece of code here is what is going to keep this in sync with the database. So the next thing we need to do is in an onMount, we need an async function. And what we're going to do here is built records is equal to await get records. And then on destroy, what we want to do in here is just unsubscribe so that we don't accidentally continue to subscribe when the component is no longer with us. So here we just do a pb.collection posts.unsubscribe. And now when this component is destroyed, this will automatically unsubscribe for us. Just outside of the script tag, let's go ahead and make a h1 and just say Realtime. And now let's make an each built records as record / each. Let's go ahead and make a div here and just render some stuff out and see what happens here. Let's do the backticks and say post title record.title. Now let's give that a save and check out our work. So there are our 3 posts. We just have the title for each. So now we know that is in fact working. That's grabbing those posts for us. Now let's go ahead and finish building this out. Let's put this inside of a wrapper. And we'll just put a class of wrapper. The wrapper class just lays this out in a grid just to kind of keep things a little bit nicer. Inside of the each, this div will be a class of post. Then we're going to need to open this up a bit. open that up a bit. And we're going to have 3 separate divs in here. We're going to have one div for the header that will contain the title. So let's do a class equal to post-header. And inside of there, let's make an h3. We can put the title in there. And let's get rid of the words post title. We'll just have the post title itself. And now we can copy this div and close it off. And we'll copy the whole thing one more time. This one will be the content, so post-content. This will be the actual text. And then the last one will be some actions. So in the content, we'll just put a paragraph tag. And we can copy and paste this string literal out. Copy, paste that in there. And this will just be record.contents, record.contents. And then in the actions, here this is going to be, there's going to be a little bit more inside of this one. So what we're going to have in here is we'll have a span, and inside of the span will be the number of likes or dislikes. So in this one, we can just put the record.likes. And then we're going to make a little form. So let's make a form tag. And inside of the form, let's set some attributes. So method of post. We're going to use form actions here. So this will be action equal to question mark / thumb up. And then we're going to need an input with a type of hidden, a name equal to ID, an ID equal to ID, a value equal to record.id. That's how we're going to pass the ID to our form action so that we can find that particular item inside of our collection. Then we're also going to take the number of likes here as well and pass that through to our form like this. This will be likes. This will be likes, and the value will be record.likes. And then just after that, we're going to have a button. The class will be btn thumb. And then inside of here, we'll make use of the Google icon. So span class equal material dash symbols dash outline. And then inside of the open and closing span, then you just put thumb underscore up. All right, now we can copy the whole entire form. So copy that and paste it again. Take the span, cut that out, and paste it just after the form because we want the number of dislikes to be on the other side of the thumb. And then we'll just change that to dislikes. And then the action will be thumb down. We need to change the name here to dislikes, the ID to dislikes, the record.dislikes. The icon will be thumb down. All right, and then give that file a save. Inside of the pluspage.server, we do have to export const SSR equal false. We don't want a server-side render this, or you will get an event source not defined error, because the event source is not defined if you're rendering this on the server. So inside of the pluspage.server.js, go ahead and add export const SSR equals false. And let's take a look here. All right, we're looking pretty good. Now we need to add the actions. So inside of the pluspage.server.js, let's go ahead and make the thumb up action. This will be an async function that takes locals and the request. And what we're going to do inside of here is let's get the form const form equal await request.form data. We'll get our form data out, and then we'll get the number of likes. Then we'll pull out the number of likes from our form, so form.get likes, and we'll do the optional chain there, nullish coalescing operator, however you like to call that, and the ID, form.get ID, and we'll do the same thing there. If there's nothing there, we'll just put the empty string to make sure that doesn't error out. Then const data, this will be whatever data you're updating for that particular record of the collection. And for us, all we're going to do is update in this one the likes. And here you do need to parse an int from the likes, otherwise it will add it as a string, and you don't want that. Essentially it'll be adding a 0, a tens place. It would be taking 1 plus 1, essentially making 11, and then 111. You're just adding one more position with the number 1. We don't want that, so we parse an int from likes, right? And then we're going to do a await locals .pb.collection, and now this is the authenticated one that I fired up inside of lib, and I'm passing it in my hooks.server.js back through locals, and here we're able to grab that and then do our actual update. So update, and we'll pass in the ID and the data. Right, just like that. That looks pretty good. Let's save that and give it a shot here. So there, if I hit the thumb up, inside of Safari it updates in Chrome, and inside of Chrome it updates in Safari. Sweet, awesome. Now we just need to copy and paste this, essentially. Copy and paste, and we can put thumb down. And this essentially will be the same exact thing, just dislikes, and this will be dislikes, this will be dislikes as well. So now I can update my dislikes as well, so that's pretty cool. So there is some real-time data. One other thing that I want to show you here is if I go inside of my dashboard for PocketBase, I can also come in here and let's do 555, 555, and I'll save that one. And you can see down here in Safari that updated in real time. And if I go to the next one and do 666, 666, save that, that updates, and one more time, just because this is pretty cool, and 777, lucky number 7s. So there it is. There is real-time data subscriptions using PocketBase and SvelteKit. I hope that you found this video helpful. If you did, please give me that thumbs up, like and subscribe, share this video, it'd really help out the channel. Take care, and as always, have a great day.